And breaking news here at 11 o'clock. All three major airports in our region will see a reduced number of flights due to the government shutdown. Now, the longest in history. Good evening to you. I'm Scott Thuman. At 6 o'clock, we told you that the FAA would be reducing air traffic at 40 major markets as they struggle to keep air traffic controllers staffed. ABC News just obtained the list of all 40, and Reagan, Dulles, and BWI, they're all on it. The Transportation Secretary says this boils down to safety.
I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
And those safety concerns are only growing as airports brace for an uptick in travelers starting this weekend. The FAA shows Veterans Day is the third busiest holiday. Thanksgiving tops them all, and Christmas ranks 8th. 7 News' Tom Rousey is joining us now live from Reagan National Airport. And Tom, you said earlier tonight you wouldn't be surprised to see DCA as one of those targeted for some cuts.
That's right. The whole area, the three major airports here, Scott, all affected by this. Just to kind of give you a sense of what this means, not many flights left this time of night, but if you look up here, let's just say there were 10 flights on here. Well, as of Friday, one of those flights would likely not be happening. And again, that's going to be the case at all three of the major local airports.
I'm concerned about disrupting people's travel. We're coming into a weekend.
And it's not just any weekend. Many will travel to and from the D.C. area this weekend for Veterans Day, which is Tuesday.
Holiday travel does start before Thanksgiving. From Veterans Day on, we look at increased airport travel. It's the busiest time of the year through New Year's.
Good afternoon.
Even prior to the announcement about reduced air traffic, Crystal Nosal talked with us Wednesday about the airport's authorities' concerns that the shutdown will hurt holiday travel.
We are looking at the potential shutdown going longer, and that's certainly a concern for travelers because it could impact their wait times at the airport.
On Wednesday, the DOT and FAA said in 40, quote, high-volume areas of the country, including all three major airports in the D.C. area, they will reduce flight traffic by 10% starting Friday. They say with no pay for basically a month, some air traffic controllers are getting side jobs to pay the bills and missing work, which is putting pressure on those who are still showing up each day.
They're working longer hours. They're working more days. And that's some of the pressure that we're seeing on them, and we want to alleviate that pressure before it would become an issue.
DOT Secretary Sean Duffy says a big reason flights are being cut back involves hard lessons that were learned from January's tragic mid-air collision near Reagan National that claimed 67 lives.
With the DCA air crash, a lot of you asked us questions. Why didn't the FAA see that there were near misses in the airspace, and why didn't you stop the cross traffic with helicopters and airplanes? And I think that was a great question. We learned from that.
Now, American has a hub here at Reagan National. We've heard from American tonight. They say although the vast majority of their flights will go on as scheduled, they will let customers know who are going to be affected by this. Also, United has a hub at Dulles. We've heard from them too. They say they're not going to cancel any flights that go from one hub to another. So if there's one from, say, Dulles to the hub in San Francisco, they won't cancel that. They won't cancel long-haul international flights either, but they will cancel some domestic and regional flights because of this move by the FAA. Reporting live at Reagan National Airport, I'm Tom Rousey, 7 News.
And that is a big heads up for travelers. Now, to name a handful of other major airports on this list, we've got them on your screen. Just examples here: Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, Dallas-Fort Worth, JFK in New York, LAX in Los Angeles, and Chicago O'Hare. And we have shared that full list on our website. Just go to WJLA.com.